Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope today has been treating you well. In today's video I basically have a concoction of a load of different products that I don't know where they're going to like fit into the month. So I'm just throwing them all together in one video now. It's not a complete full face of new makeup, but newish makeup it is. Mainly the stars of the show and the things that I am most excited about are the new Beauty Bay Mini Charms eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna like swatch this and everything. I've got the Revolution Jelly Blush. I haven't even opened this yet. Apparently it's not as jelly looking as the, is it Milk? It's not wobbly, but pink it is, so we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna try that on my cheeks and on my lips. I've got the lip gloss set thing from Beauty Bay that came in that new collection. I've got that to try. I've got this, which is the Real Techniques Miracle 2-in-1 Powder Puff. How long have I had this sat in my drawers? Thank you ever so much for asking. I got this for my birthday in January. So I need to, I'm opening it because I'm using it today. I am doing it. I kept saving it thinking that I was going to do a short. I'm not gonna do a short. I'm not a short kind of girl. So one side is for powder and one side is for liquid. Feels very firm. I don't know how I can show you how firm that is, but that does feel different to what I was expecting. It's almost like one of those things that you put on top of your bed. What are they? Like the topper, the foam topper. If it feels a bit like that. So it says squishy silicone center. Yeah, reversible band for ultimate control. That makes a whole lot of sense. So we're going to be doing like all of the base products with that. I am very, very slowly losing my mind today. It is a cold, rainy Sunday and I honestly just had no drive to film today, but also I've sort of got to when it's my days off, when I'm posting every single day. I didn't sleep. I am slowly losing my mind. I have had so many coffees and so many Cokes, so I highly recommend you get yourself a drink and we can just dive into all of the products together and try and, oh, I also got a parcel from Elf. I'm like, I hope I wasn't just showing you my address there, but I don't think I'm going to get into these today. I got, oh, I'll use the eyeshadow primer that came out in the summer, the Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. I got one of the duochrome liquid eyeshadows, the other shade that I haven't tried before, that looked incredible. And then, did I tell you I'm slowly losing my mind today? I also got two of the Fine as Fleck glitter eyeshadows. And here we have got Champagne Showers and Filthy Rich, but I don't think I ordered Filthy Rich. I think I ordered the one down from that, which I can't remember the name of. I'll put it on the screen, but this is what they look like. But again, I don't think I'm getting into those today, so focus. I'm going to start with the eyes because I want to get into the swatches for this, the Mini Charms 9 colour palette from Beauty Bay. So that's what they all look like. And honestly, some of these just look like shimmers, but some of them I do believe will be duochromes. I don't love that the names come on this little sheet, so I'm gonna have to keep that because there is not a single chance that I am remembering those names. But let's start with this new eyeshadow primer. I've already done my brows, obviously, because you can see them. I've already done my brows. The Elf Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. Let's tap a bit of this on. Oh, I thought that this was going to be clear. It's definitely not completely clear. Sort of a little bit opaque, but will probably blend out to just be clear. Let's tap a bit of that over, and let's just tap it out with my finger. None of my brushes are clean. Who is surprised at that? None of my brushes are clean. I hope that your day is a little less chaotic than mine. Okay, so that eyeshadow primer is definitely like tacky. I can feel that like drying on my lid, which feels a little bit strange, but I'm gonna go ahead and sort out this bit of hair that's sticking out the side of my head. And also I'm going to go and swatch these Beauty Bay shades because very, very excited about these. I can't, so I will be back when I've swatched these. Okay, so this is all of those shades swatched out. So this is the first one, Milky Way, and when I first swatched that I was like, oh no, is this gonna be a whole palette just of like sheer topper shades? And it absolutely is not. Some of these are beautiful duochromes, and I really hope that they are showing up on camera as they actually show up in real life, because some of these are like properly like shifty. So beautiful. So let me it's so hard to do this and like it's flipped in my camera, but let's see. We have got Milky Way, Supernova, Infinity, Aurora, Cosmic, Eclipse, Mystic, which is a beautiful like baby blue, teal and lilac shift. So pretty. Then Pluto and Ethereal. So I don't know what I want to do today. When do I ever? But I am just going to firstly zoom you in, hello, so that you can see what I'm doing. But I'm going to use the other Beauty Bay palette just for a little something through the something, you know? You know, so I'm just going to take, well, what shade on here do I want to use? Maybe that purple down at the bottom, you know? Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to take Cassiopeia. This one, I'm gonna take this one on a fluffy brush and really blend that out through the crease. I don't want anything too dark today. If you saw the video where I was testing this for the first time, I don't want to go as dark as that. There was really no way around it, but I don't want it to be as dramatic as that. So I'm just going to take that same brush and dip into Luna, that light like skin tone shade, and just buff that over the inner part of the crease, just so that there's something there, so it's sort of even across the whole lid. And also, you know, just to try and brighten it up a little bit. I really don't want to go too dark or too smoky today. And I'm definitely also scared about that blush. So let's just buff a bit of that nice light shade through the crease, and then a much smaller brush, and let's go into Orion. This one, just taking the tiniest amount of that right on the end of that tapered brush, and I'm just going to keep that on the lid, and then just back in with that first fluffy brush to blend that out. And then we can go in with the shimmer from the little palette. Really desperately, just got it in my eyeball, desperately trying to not overdo it today. Honestly, I just don't have the bandwidth for it today. Do I ever? But today especially. It's not happening. Right, so. Happy? Happy. Let's just take the little palette, and I think I'm gonna go in with that purple one like all over the lid, and then maybe the blue right on the inner corner. Why not? I don't have anything to do today, so let me, I mean, apart from, you know, just get through the day is the day that I'm having. So I'm just gonna take that lilac shimmer and I'm gonna tap this all over the lid. Obviously that eye primer is still very much tacky across the lid, so I'm hoping that this is going to grip quite nicely. Oh, that's pretty. Really pretty. Okay, I like that. How am I already covered in purple? Gets everywhere. There we go. Easy peasy, lemons a squeezy. Just gonna go back in with a fluffy brush to blend out that top edge. I might try and pack on a bit of that blue on the inner corner, but I will probably come back to that once I've done the rest of everything. I need to clean up under here. That's because I use my finger and I'm not very neat, you know? And while I'm here, I will also just sharpen that up ever so slightly on the outer corner, like so. Right, let's get more of a dense, small brush. Literally all of my brushes are stained like bright green. Story of my life. Oh, just inhaled one of my own hairs. Taking a more dense brush into that blue shade in the middle, and I'm going to try and pack that further in on the lid. Oh, the fallout. The fallout from that one. I do think using a brush, like, you're gonna get a lot of fallout using a brush. It's to be expected. I would definitely recommend doing your eyes first if you're gonna use any of these shades, because they are very soft. And I don't mean that in a bad way. So obviously you're getting a lot of like glitter payoff, but they are soft and like flaking a little bit. So if I just wipe again, get that fallout, and then we can continue. So actually before I go on and do the base, I want to try this, which is the new liquid liner from MUA. This was very kindly gifted to me, but I've already tried the brown one and it's fantastic, but I haven't tried the black one yet. It's the Control Freak Precision Brush Tip Liner. I love a brush tip, so let's see how we get on with the black one. Sometimes they don't go over these very chunky, glittery shades very well, but this one is having no problems at all. Very, very black. Very juicy. Very, it's flowing very nicely down the tip of the liner, which we love. I don't know why I'm talking and doing this at the same time. I need to concentrate. Okay, yeah, I am a big fan of that liquid liner. I already knew that I really liked the brown one because I tried that a while back now, but the black is also really nice. It's gone over those glittery shades really nicely. I'm thrilled. Another brush tip liquid liner to add to the collection. we love. So let me zoom you out and we can cancel out all of this redness on my face. I don't know why I'm so red. I mean, I know why I'm so red, it's all the caffeine. Deep breaths. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the primer that I can't stop using since I tested it. It's the MUA Pro Base Banana Brightening Primer. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not the biggest primer user, but this is beautiful, and because I'm absolutely covered in glitter, I am going to apply this with a brush. I would normally just whack this on with my hands, but my hands are covered in glitter and that's only going to end in disaster. So I'm just going to smooth this all over, just one pump, all over the skin. And I basically only like this because it smells great. It smells like foamy bananas, but also I feel like it's really nice and hydrating on my skin. I don't really notice, like I say, I'm not the biggest primer user, but I really like this one because it smells delicious. I do need to find some plant-based foamy bananas because this is making me want them so bad. And then for the foundation, I'm going to try and use this side of the Real Techniques sponge. I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin foundation, which I have in the shade 15 Fair Warm. So let's take that much. I would like to think that this isn't going to absorb too much product, but let's see. I need a little bit more because I feel like it's not spreading very well. It's yeah, I'm not sure on this. That amount of foundation would have been the right amount had I been using my usual sponge. I am not sold on this, and also it's so firm. Like if I hold this up, I'm like trying to bend that. It's so firm that I do feel a little bit like I'm smacking myself in the face with something unpleasant. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of this, and that's a shame because I've been looking forward to using this since January. I feel like I'm malfunctioning today. Yeah, I don't think I like this. I feel like where I have had to work this into the skin a little bit more, work the foundation into the skin a little bit more, because this is almost leaving like the imprint of the shape of it. I feel like now my skin is looking quite textured, where I don't have that problem generally with that foundation. So for foundation, that's a no. I'm just going to stick to my usual sponge. I'm just going to use a little bit of the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer under my eyes. And I was just using my usual sponge. I didn't actually even dampen this. It's still a little bit damp from yesterday. Didn't dampen this fresh for today because I thought I was going to be using that other sponge. But that even like semi-damp sponge has worked a lot better than this. So just for foundation, I mean, maybe I will like it with the jelly blush that we've got to use, which I'm also scared of, but I'm gonna use a little bit of the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer because it's in my project pan and I am determined to get a lot of use out of this month. So just using this all over, and then we can see how this jelly blush is going to work over an area that has bronzer powder on. So obviously I haven't put any powder on the rest of my face. I don't think I'm going to. It's not hot enough for me to feel like I need a setting powder on at the minute where my skin is so incredibly dry. I don't generally need a powder in autumn, so just gonna leave it like that for the powder. And let's see, how do I want to do this? Do I want to use a brush? Do I want to use this? I don't think I want to use this. Let's try it with a blush. The shade that I got was Cherry, which is the deepest one. Let me squiggle this onto my skin here. Oh, it feels cold. That is bright. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to pick this up on a brush. I don't know. This is the Real Techniques Expert face brush. Let's pick some up on there. It's definitely, it just feels like a regular cream stick rather than sort of a revolutionary new sort of formula. It doesn't feel how I think the Milk ones will feel. Ooh, that is more pigmented than I was expecting it to be. That's blending out really nicely. The amount of colour looks great. I'm absolutely not mad at that. I'm shocked. I thought that this was going to be a disaster. Do I dare? For science. It feels cold on the skin. And yes, it's cold today, but this feels like it's been in a fridge cold. Which I suppose is quite nice, actually. Yeah, you can absolutely draw that on. Let me look real close. I don't feel like that's lifting anything. I mean, definitely not on this side. But on this side where I drew that on, I don't feel like that has lifted anything. It's blended over where that bronzer is nicely. What a surprise. I do feel like that colour is quite a lot. So let me just tap back over with that sponge thing sort of down the centre. Let's try and dial it down a little. But actually I feel like that colour is going with what we've got on the eyes as well. So I'm absolutely not mad at that. I mean, already that is like fuzzy. You can see how reflective that is. You can see the ring light in the reflection on that. I'm not mad at that blush. I really like that. I really, really like that. So I will use that on the lips as well when we get to that stage. Do I have any new highlighters? Oh, you can use one. You can use these as highlighters. So let me find my brush. I do feel like somebody this month needs to do a compilation or like go through all of my videos and find out how many times I said, I need to find a brush, or I'm looking for a clean brush, because I'm fairly certain I've already said it like 20 times in this video, let alone the other 31 videos that are coming out this month. So I'm just going to go into this lightest shade up at the top, which is called Milky Way, which on my hand I can see that that's got like a nice peachy pinky sort of reflect to it, so I think over the top of this blush as well, like blended in. So I'm going to try and just get my brush into that shade, and ooh, that is it's glittery looking, but also I'm not mad. It is like you can see the bits of glitter in it, but I'm not mad. That's really pretty. Is it the sort of thing that I would do every single day? No, I'm not gonna wear a duochrome eyeshadow on my face for an everyday, but I'm going back in for more. It's nice. I feel like it's going over that blush nicely as well, and I do like to sort of blend the highlight in with like the outer corner of the eyeshadow. I think that looks nice. If you like that sort of very intense glittery highlight moment, you know, like the Fenty ones or like the collection dupe, if you like that on your face, you would probably like this. It's very glittery. It's very, very glittery, but I do feel like that's blended into the skin really nicely. And if this was ever a product that I put into a project pan, I could absolutely use a few of those different shades like that to, like, you know, get them used up. But I'm not mad at all. So I'm going to go back into this big eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to use that same lighter shade, this one, and I'm going to run that under my eyes and join it up on the outer corner to what I've got on the lid. And I'm just going to take that same little brush and go back into the little palette and add more of that blue onto the inner corner. Then I can do a mascara. There we go. Just a little bit more of that blue right on the inner corner, and just the same colour under the eyes. Nothing crazy. So I don't have a new mascara, so I'm just going to go in with the one out of my project pan again. The Catrice Fake It Volume Mascara. I'm just going to do a few coats of this, and then we can try that Jelly Blush as a lipstick. I mean, generally speaking, when a product says that it is for the cheeks and lips, generally speaking, I do only like it as cheeks or lips, because if it dries down, it's perfect for the cheeks. If it doesn't dry down, it's perfect for the lips. This, it has dried down, like it feels dry, like it doesn't feel sticky on the cheeks anymore, but something about that texture, I don't know, that could absolutely work on the lips as well, but I'm still skeptical. So let me finish off the mascara and then we can try it. There we go, mascara on, eyes done. I'm very happy with how the eyes are looking. The base, not so much. Yeah, I just overworked that foundation, but let me get a bit of toilet roll, just a little bit of toilet roll, and you can wipe off that lip balm. I always start my videos with lip balm on, so wipe that off, and then this. And then I want to try and tap over. There's like a pearly lip gloss thing, I'm not sure. So completely dry lips. Feels cold. Doesn't taste good. Was anybody expecting it to? So, thoughts. I like the colour. That's a really nice sort of bite of cherry colour. Really like the colour. It is grabbing ever so slightly. Take a screenshot of that and put it on my next birthday card. It is It is grabbing ever so slightly inside the lips, where my lips are so dry at the minute. It is grabbing, but I like that colour. Obviously you can't be very precise with it. It does just sort of have to be that popsicle stain sort of a deal. You're not going to get anything very precise unless you use a brush. I suppose you could, but I'm interested to see how long that is going to last on the lips. I really, really like the colour though. Really like the colour. I just wish it wasn't grabbing quite so much right in there, you know? So let me get into this. I haven't even opened this up yet. So this is the Plump and Shine Lip Duo from Beauty Bay. So it says that one of these is a plumper and a new high shine pearlescent gloss, and it's the pearlescent one that I want to use today. So obviously that's just a clear plumping gloss. Not my jam. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll see if one of my friends wants it or something, but look at that colour. So pretty. I hope it doesn't look chunky and glittery on the lips. Smells so good. Smells like, oh, I don't know. If you have this, tell me what this smells like, because I think that smells great. I don't want to swipe that straight on, because then I will always have this colour in there. So I'm just going to take a bit of that on my finger. It's almost like a very thick gloss, where I feel like it's one of those where you need quite a lot of it to sort of cover. Like, I just had to dip in 3 times then to get enough on, but that feels lovely. I'm like looking for something to wipe my hand on before I get that gloss all over myself. It's not chunky, it's not glittery. It is just a little bit pearly. And because that smells nice and it's under my nose, I feel like that is a nice addition to the stain that didn't dry, but where it was that more like watery stain sort of texture. I feel like that looks really nice. And actually, I feel like I'm making all of the faces today, but where that gloss has gone over the top, I feel like it's disguising where it was sort of grabbing. Very, very happy with that combo. So was that everything? I mean, there's those other e.l.f. products that I will get to another day, hopefully soon, but probably not, because I need to lie down in a dark room for 6 to 12 months, truly. But a full face of new makeup, sort of. Don't judge me, but sort of. So what do I think of everything? I love these shades in the Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette. I will use 100% of those. All of those will get used. I actually quite like that is a smaller palette. So if you have something like the Beauty Bay Nude palette, neutral, one of those, you could add this as like a companion to so many like neutral palettes to spice up a little eye look with options, but it's still small and very travel friendly. I love that, and I love the selection of shades. Like, all of those are different, all of those are beautiful. I will use all of those. And I feel like even if you are not a colourful makeup wearer, I feel like you could get use out of all of them. They are really, really nice colour choices. What else was new? I don't think you need this. I don't know if I'm going to use that again. I just feel like my base doesn't look very good now. I feel like my base looks quite textured because I had to like overwork the foundation. Not the biggest fan of that. Just not the biggest fan. Love the primer. I've already tested that in another video. Love that primer. I really like the Pearlescent Cosmic Pearl. Really, really like that lip gloss. Big fan of that. I'm knocking over my Coke. What else was new? There was other new stuff. The blush. If you have made it to this point of the video, leave me a comment down below with the star emoji that I always use so that I know that you've made it to the very end. Because honestly, this video has been a mess, but the blush, I really, really like that. I'm interested to see how people will perceive this if they have a deeper skin tone, how this will work on them. And I don't mean the pictures that Revolution put out, I mean how real life people will use that, because obviously it worked on me, but I am the colour of a piece of paper, so it will show up on me. This is the deepest shade that they have. I'm interested to see how this will work on different people. I'm also interested to see how the lighter shades will work on people, because this is a nice one, but the other shades may not work in the same way. And now I actually feel like that was everything. The MUA liner, I also like that one, so yeah. If you've made it to the very, very end of this video, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you. Thank you for being with me in my moment of need when I am slowly losing my mind from lack of sleep and over-caffeination. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you are having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. I hope that you are doing so, so well, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.